Okay, good morning. So we're just going to go through some extra triangle examples because a couple of people were struggling with it. So this first question here, we've got a triangle, we've got an angle 20, an angle 40, and an angle x that we don't know. So the thing we do know about triangles though is angles in a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. So we know that this angle, add this angle, add this angle is 180. So what we'll do, we'll write out what we do know. So we know that 20 add 40 add x is 180. So we're going to write that out now. So we've got 20 plus 40 plus x equals 180. So that's the information that we know so far. We've got 20 plus 40 plus x. So all three of those angles added together is 180. So now we've got 40 and 20, we can add them. So we've got 60 plus x equals 180. So 60 plus something, our missing angle, equals 180. So what we need to do now, we need to think, okay, so what is x then? So 60 plus 100 would be 160. So it needs to be a bit higher. 60 plus 110 would be 170. But 60 plus 120, that would be 180. So we know that x would have to be 120. The other way you could think about this is if you have 60 plus x equals 180. If we take away 60 from both sides, that just leaves us with x on that side. Take away 6 from that side, that leaves us with 120. So we've got our answers here. X is 120. You get the same answer whichever method you use for that. So we know that this angle here would be 120, and you can see from the diagram that's not to scale because this is less than 90, but the diagram isn't always to scale. It's really important to remember that. You can end up with an answer that doesn't necessarily fit the diagram. As long as you've done the maths right, it doesn't matter. The diagram's not important because the diagram's not to scale. It's your answer that's important. So we've got our final answer there, x equals 120. So let's have a look at the second example. So we've got another triangle. This one, different sort of triangle. We've got this symbol here, this kind of square in the corner. And what that means is this is a right angle triangle. So what that means, a right angle is 90 degrees. So we've got 90, we've got 50, we've got x. But it's still a triangle, so our rule still works. Angles in a triangle add to 180. So we've got 90 is one of our angles, we've got 50 is one of our angles, and we've got x as our other angle, and that equals 180. So 90 plus 50 plus x equals 180. So now we can add these together. We've got 90 plus 50, that's just going to be 140 plus x equals 180. So 140 plus x equals 180. So we're going to do this using our second method from this first bit. So we've got 140 plus x. To get just x on its own, which is what we're interested in because that's the missing angle, we're going to take away 140. So that just leaves us with x on this side. So if we do 180, take away 140, that leaves us with just 40. So we've got x equals 40 is our answer. So again, not necessarily to scale, but it doesn't have to be. Right, and this last one, a little bit trickier. This is more the extension topic, so don't worry too much. If you can master those first two, really happy with that. This one's more of an extension. If you want to switch off, go do the practice. This is only the very last question of the triangles exercise that this applies to. So this one we've got these two dashes. And what that means is that this side here is the same length as this side here. And what that means is that this is an isosceles triangle. So this is an isosceles triangle. And what that means is it's got two of the same side, but it also tells us that it's got two of the same angle. And it's the one that is in between the two sides. So if you go down one of the matching sides and down the other one, it's the one that's in between those. In this case, it's this one. That's the different one. So I'm going to label that different. So if that's the different one, that tells us that these two, they're the same. So that one would have to be 50 as well. So now it's just like one of these other questions. So we've got 50 plus x. And that equals 180. So again, we can start to sort of collect these up. So I've got 50 plus 50, that's 100 plus x, 180. Then now, we take 100 from both sides, because we want just x. So we take 100 from both sides, we've got x equals 80. So I'm doing it this way, where I'm taking away from both sides. You can do it that way, but if you'd rather do what we did here, and just think 60 plus something equals 180, and then working out that's 120, that's fine. You could do that for this one as well. So you've got 100 plus something equals 180. So the missing something would have to be 80. So you can think about it either way, whatever works for you. And again, we can see not necessarily to scale, because from the diagram, this angle here looks smaller than these, but the diagram's not what's important. It's your answer, doing it kind of the angle way, rather than using a diagram.